Hello everyone. Today I will present my assignment material about building information modeling BIM. Previously, my name is Muhammad Hasitangga, NIM 2101191120004 from Diponegoro University. So, we know that construction work is growing rapidly due to technology called BIM. So today I will discuss in detail and specifically about BIM for architect and engineer. So happy watching. The first abstract from my writing is building information modeling can be considered an epochal transition in the design practice by partially automating and detailing of construction level building models. BIM redistribute the allocation of efforts, placing more emphasis on conceptual design. The impact of BIM in the design from three viewpoints is conceptual design, the integration of engineering service and construction level modeling includes detailing, specification, and cost estimation. Introduction. BIM building information modeling is revolutionary in the way it transforms architectural representation by replacing drawing with 3D virtual building models. This writing will talk about automated drawing and document preparation, managing the level of detail within building models, the development and management of libraries of components and assemblies, new meaning for integrating specification and cost estimation. Introduce some of the new roles that will arise with this technology and considers the new needs and practice that BIM support. 2. Scope of design service. Design is the activity where a major part of the information about a project is initially defined. A collaborative form of project delivery. From the design perspective, the design bid build procurement process is based on the following now discredited assumption. 1. Building or construction using standard construction practice will understood by both architect and constructor. Construction method can be fully anticipated by the architect and engineer who can optimize design for cost and construction duration. 2. Construction relies primarily on management practices that are not affected by design details. 3. Design change during construction have well-defined, discrete, and measurable impact in the construction process. 4. Design bid will and the lowest responsible bid provide the lowest cost project. B. The concept of information development can also see from the diversity of contributors that the main challenge in adopting BIM technology is getting all parties of a design project to engage in the new method of working and for documenting and communicating their work in the new representation. In the end, everyone will have to adapt to the practice associated with this new way of doing business. It will be the new standard practice. 3. BIM used in design process. The first viewpoint addresses conceptual design. Conceptual design determines the basic framework of the design to be developed in the later stage. In terms of these meanings, structure, general part, spatial layout, approach to environmental condition, and response to site and other local conditions. A second viewpoint addressed to use BIM for design and analysis of building system. Analysis in this respect may be through of as operation to measure the fluctuation of physical parameters that can be accepted in the real building. The third viewpoint is the conventional BIM viewpoint of its use in developing construction level information. Building model software includes placement and composition rules that can accept the generation of standard or predefined construction documentation. A. BIM-based concept design. Conceptual design typically involves develop and refinement of building program, the specification of the project in terms of spatial area, function, types of construction, and the basic assessment of its functional and economic feasibility. Next is 3D sketching tools. The first, SketchUp. The workflow around SketchUp are not yet very extensive or user-friendly, limited to the geometry input for energy analysis. Each step requires data entry and manual manipulation, like the image, sketch layout, style, and editing examples. Number two is Rhinoceros. Rhino is a very attractive system for architect, industrial designers, animator, jewelry makers, and other interested in 3D freedom modeling. The third is Bonsai 3D. Bonsai 3D is a solid modeling sketch tool that has very easy to use direct manipulation editing operations like SketchUp. For sketching with BIM application, the perceived limitation of BIM application have been recognized by their developers. Several of them have developed concept level design exploration to design generic type object like the image. 5. Sketching with function specific application. Triligent support export the two-way like links with both Revit and ArchiCAD and import to SketchUp. 6. An example of integrated conceptual design. The general configuration of the GSA, preliminary concept design assessment tools, like the sketch. A. Space name for assessment of preliminary concept design. The master space name set is categorized into elementary and aggregation space name as shown in figure, like the sketch. B. Multiple assessment from a single model, like space program validation, preliminary circulation and security assessment, preliminary energy analysis, and preliminary cost estimate, like the sketch and table. B. Building system design, analysis, simulation, and checking. 1. Analysis or simulation software, like a stack of lateral precast pieces in a technical structure model with load defined. 2. Analysis of conformance to build code requirement and regulation. Example, like the sketch, derivation of the ANSI BOMA space area for comparison with the specific program area. 3. Cost estimation. The importance of cost estimation for designer is that it allows them to carry out value engineering while they are design considering alternative as they design that make best use of the client resources. 4. Simulation organizational performance within facilities. Buildings are built to house various functions such as healthcare, business, transportation, or education. While the physical performance of a building shield is obviously important to fulfilling its intended function, computer simulation tools can also be applied to predict the degree to which the constructed space will support the efficient function of the operation carried out within the building. C. Construction level building models. Designers can approach the development of the construction level model in at least three different ways. The designer building model as a detailing design expressing the intent of designer and the client. In this view, the contractor are expected to develop their own independent construction model and document from scratch. Two, alternative, the building model is regarded as a partially detailed model to be further detailed for use in a step of construction, planning, and fabrication. The design team can collaborate with the contractors and fabricator from the beginning, being informed about fabrication issues as they model. Next, this the sketch of the model contains detail for three sub-constructions: structural steel, rebar fabrication, and cast-in-place concrete, and enable the engineer to ensure design coordination among the system. And the right is stable building system layout application. C. Construction level building models. 1. Building system layout. 3D layout during in design space carries many benefits. If it is undertaken too early, it may result in wasteful iteration. Refer to selection of fabricator, the architect and MEP engineers should be only generate suggest layouts. Ideally, consulting a fabricator in a design assess role. 2. Associate drawing include panel fabrication layout like the sketch. 3. Specification. 3D model or building model does not yet provide sufficiently definitive information for construction a building. The model or historically the responding drawing set omits technical specification of material finish quality traits construction produce, and other information required for managing the realization of a desired building outcome. This additional information is packaged as the project specification. D. Design construction integration. The benefit of integration is 1. Early identification of long lead time item and shortening of the procurement schedule. Next, value engineering as the design process with continuous cost estimate and schedules. Next, early exploration and setting of design constraints relate to construction issues. Next, facilitating identification of interaction between erection sequence and design detail and reducing erection issues early on. Next, reducing the difference between the construction model development. Next, significantly short cycle time for fabrication data, reducing the effort required for design. And last, greatly reducing coordination error between systems during construction. E. Design review. Throughout design, collaborative work is undertaken between the design team and engineering, the technical specialist consultant. This consultative work involves providing the appropriate project information. It use context to the specific to the specialist into review and gaining feedback or advice or checks. Like the sketch display of RCCAD 14, object modify, edit, or delete it in a structure analysis cycle. Or building object models and libraries. BIM involves the definition of a building as a composed set of objects. The challenge is to develop an easy to use and consistent meaning for defining object instant approaches for the current stage of design and supporting the various issues identified for the stage. A. Embedding expertise into building component. Expertise is an important meaning to transfer the expertise from the individual to organization and to allow it to be used more widely without constant demand on the individual. B. Object libraries. One, object definition. An advanced object specification. One, 2D or 3D geometry. Next, material representation with name and model graphical finish. Next, parametric geometry, if not fixed. Next, connection location and recruitment with other system. Next, performance specification, operating life, maintenance cycle, lightning transmission, and other specs. And the last, luminous intensity distribution curve for light fixtures. B, object libraries. Number two is organization and access. Library object will need to be accessed and integrated to project using the standard nomenclature defined within the BIM platform for proper interpretation. Full integration includes object classification, naming convention, attribute structure, and possibility the designation of topological interface with other object reflection in the rule used to parametrically define them. C. BOM portals. BOM portals serve as web access points for building objects. Both public and private portals have emerged in the marketplace. Public portal provide content and promote community through forum and index to resource block and like that. The desktop or LAN libraries. Private libraries are desktop software package designed to distribute and manage building object content and closely integrated with the user file system, like the sketch is multi-level structure of the smart BIM libraries. 5. Consideration in adoption for design practice. Moving the base representation of building design from a set of drawing, even if produced digitally to a building model has many potential direct benefits. Automatically, consistent drawing, easily identification and removal of 3D spatial conflict, automatic and potentially accurate prevision of bill of materials, improve support for analysis, cost, and scheduling application, as well as others. A. Building information modeling justification. Considering the inevitable additional costs of purchasing new system, retraining staff, and developing new procedures, it is easy to rationalize that the benefits do not seem worthwhile. Even the initial transition, the two producing consistent drawing from will make the transition worthwhile. B. Training and deployment. Collaboration requires engineering, mechanical, or other specifically consultant. The default initial integration arrangement is to really on drawing in the conventional manner. Very quickly, however, the extra step required for producing drawing lead to the desire for model-based exchange. C. Phase utilization. The first is integration with cost estimation. Next, integration with specification for better information management. Next, design level integration with performance analysis for energy, airflow, and lighting. And then development of properly company libraries of detailing, room configuration, and other design information. 6. New and change staffing within design firms. The greatest challenge in implementing the new design technologies is the intellectual transition in getting senior design team leaders to adopt new practice. The challenge is to engage them in the transition in the way that enable them to realize both their own expertise and also the capabilities that BIM offers. As design firms adopt BIM, they will need to assign responsibility for the too much expanded roles that will be crucial to their success. The first is system integrators. This function will be responsible for setting up exchange method for BIM data with consultant inside and outside the firm. And the second is model manager. Well, the protocol for version control and managing release are defined and well understood within the drawing document-based world, whether paper or virtual. Options are different and more open-ended with BIM. That's all my presentation, and thank you.